Heritage ginger apples are a great ginger flavored apple treat if you love ginger. I love ginger in moderation. I don't think it's the ginger's fault. I think it has something more to do with being pregnant 8 times and taking ginger to deal with my nausea. So now there's this association with ginger, especially a strong ginger flavor, and feeling ill. So this is one that I make for my husband. If you love ginger though, you'll love it. I start by coring, peeling, and slicing 6 tart apples. A lot of times I'll use Granny Smith's, but today I'm using Honeycrisp. I like to use the apple core slicer peeler for this just because it's so fast. And then I just use a paring knife to go back through and get any skin that's been missed, take out any bad spots, which mine does have some of because I get my fruit right from the orchard. And then if there's any seeds that have been missed, I make sure that I get those too. Then to prepare these, all I have to do is cut through each side of the apple, and I have these little half apple slices that are just perfect for going in my jars. Then I get the zest off of 1 lemon, which is about 1 tablespoon worth, and I grate ginger root until I have 2 tablespoons of that. My next step is to make the syrup, and I do that by combining 2 cups worth of brown sugar, 2 cups of water, and my 2 tablespoons of ginger. I'll place this on the stove and bring it to a boil. Now that it's come to a boil, I'll set my timer for 15 minutes. Now I'll add my ginger syrup to my 6 tart apples. Then I'll add 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice and the 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. And then I'll cook this on low heat for 2 hours. So the 2 hours is done. The apples have absorbed lots and lots of that syrup, and now it's ready to be jarred. I'll place them in 1/2 pint jars, and I'll fill them up to 1/4 of an inch of headspace, which is the space from the top of the food to the top of the jar. I first focus on getting the apple in because the apples are so large and it's such a little jar. I can always go back and add the syrup later. I then use a wooden chopstick to debubble my jars, and this just makes it so that if there's any air pockets that are hiding in there, that I'll find them. At this point, I can tell if there's some that have too much and some that don't have enough, and it really lets me fine-tune that headspace. I'll then use a clean, damp cloth to wipe off the rim of my jars, just so that if any of that syrup got on the edge, that it won't interfere with the seal. And I'll place on my lids and rings until they're fingertip tight. And then I'll process these in the boiling water bath for 10 minutes. If I'm at sea level, I'm at 1,200 feet, so I'll go for 15. But I won't start my timer until after it starts to boil. Now that the timer's gone off, I'll remove the lid, turn off the heat, and I'll let it cool down for 5 minutes. I then remove the jars and place them on a heat-resistant surface about 1 to 2 inches apart. That's just so that they can cool down well. And then I'll leave them there for 24 hours so that they can get a nice seal. I know that they've sealed if the little button in the middle of the lid has depressed down. If it didn't seal, I put it in the refrigerator and use it right away. But if it did seal, then I'll put it in a cool, dry, dark location and use it in the next 1 to 3 years. So I considered not doing a taste tester today because, this isn't my favorite. It's not horrible. It's just, strong ginger. So I did actually save 1 piece. So it's very sweet. It does have a strong ginger component, which you would expect. And it also, the sweetness is kind of like almost caramely because of the fact that it's that brown sugar. So, if I liked ginger, I would love these apples.